She has gone ahead to give the Apapa faction of the Labour Party 50 million naira to come and disrupt court proceedings. Anyone on her hit list, those who fail to do her bidding, will be harmed in the course of such disruptions, which would make it appear as if they suffered a mishap in the course of a routine fracas. Coming from a serving minister, we view Onyejeocha's actions as capable of triggering unexpected and exaggerated consequences that could spell the end for our democracy. Hence, our decision to weigh in on this matter before it is too late. The powers of the states were not intended to be abused on the scale or even abused at all. We call on the Chief of Staff to Mr. President, the Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, to clear the air on this matter. He should in clear terms confirm or denounce if he sent Onyejeocha on the errand to intimidate the judiciary, harass INEC staff, and threaten lawyers with his name and that of Mr. President's office. The Chief of Staff can no longer continue to remain silent in view of the way these actions are painting him colors other than that of a Democrat. Our group appealed to President Bola Tinubu to issue instructions to put an end to this kind of brigandage that Onyejeocha has put up, coming from any member of his cabinet. President Tinubu's name is at the center of this scandalous development, and that has implications for the future of democracy in Nigeria. The position of a member of the Federal Executive Council is too weighty to be deployed as a battering ram for intimidating the judiciary into giving fraudulent ruling. As a matter of urgency, given the preference that Onyejeocha has expressed for returning to the House of Representatives in view of the desperate criminality she has deployed by leveraging President Tinubu's name, we appeal to Mr. President to excuse her from her current role so that the sanctity of the office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and President Tinubu's name will be preserved. As a background, recall that Onyejeocha, after assuming office as the Minister of State for Labor and Employment, was declared winner of the February 25th election for the Isukwato Onyejeocha Federal Constituency by the National Assembly Election Petitions Tribunal in Umuahia, Abia State. Naturally, her opponent, Honorable Oga Amobi, appealed the ruling, and herein lies the threat that the minister now poses to Nigerian democracy. Onyejeocha has been using President Tinubu's name, and that of his Chief of Staff, the Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, to intimidate and harass state institutions to allocate her victory at the Court of Appeal, where the tribunal's ruling is being challenged. She has reportedly, in clear terms, told the judges handling the case that the President, Tinubu, and Honorable Gbajabiamila have directed that the Court of Appeal must uphold the tribunal's ruling. She told these lies to the judges with a threat that she was in a position to use Mr. President to deploy anti-corruption agencies against them if they did not do her bidding. At the Center for Truth and Justice, we had thought these reports were far-fetched until we reliably gathered that she has been directly meddling with the internal operations of INEC, and she has already succeeded in scaring away a counsel the Commission engaged to represent it at the Court of Appeal in Onyejeocha's case. She hounded the counsel and told him in clear terms not to compromise INEC's defense before the court. However, that the counsel vowed never to do. But when Onyejeocha threatened this counsel with President Tinubu and Gbajabiamila's name and death, he had to rescue himself from the case and decline INEC's brief. While we had thought the counsel should have stood his ground, we now have cause to sympathize with him and understand his decision to withdraw. The counsel INEC engaged to replace him is also now under pressure to not represent INEC before the Court of Appeal, as Onyejeocha has already threatened him that President Tinubu and the Chief of Staff, Honorable Gbajabiamila, will deal with him if he fails to sabotage INEC's case in the appeal.